this is question number 4 in your study guide. The problem says divide, write the answer in simplest form. So we have 3/7 divided by 6. Now, whenever we are dividing, we want to make sure that whenever we're dividing fractions, we want to make sure that both numbers are fractions. So 3/7 is good to go. And we need to make 6 a fraction. Well, in order to make any whole number into a fraction, we just take that whole number and we put it over 1. The reason being is because it does not change its value. 6 over 1 or 6 divided by 1 is still 6. So the value didn't change. We just made it into a fraction. Now, what we're going to do is keep our 3/7. And in order to divide by number, we actually multiply by its reciprocal. So instead of division, we're going to change it to multiplication, and then we need to find the reciprocal of 6 over 1. When we find a reciprocal, we really just flip the numerator and the denominator. So 6 over 1 is going to become 1 over 6. And reciprocal means that if I take 6 over 1 and I multiply it by its reciprocal, 1 over 6, I should end up with 1. So 6 times 1 is 6, 1 times 6 is 6, and 6 over 6 is 1. So I definitely have the reciprocal. And now I'm just going to multiply. 3 times 1 is 3. 7 times 6 is 42. Now, before I just go ahead and type in 3/42, I do need to make sure that it is in its simplest form. With that being said, I'm going to take a look at 3 and 42 and see if they have any factors in common. Now, one of the biggest things I've told my class is that just because you don't know if they have factors in common doesn't mean they don't. So we do want to check it out. And we can just look at 3 and say, okay, what are the factors of 3? Well, the factors of 3 are 1 and 3. And we know that 1 doesn't really help us out here. So we're going to check to see if 42 is divisible by 3. And if it is, then our answer isn't simplified yet. So 3 goes into 4 once. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. Bring down 2. And 3 goes into 12 4 times, it equals 12, and there's no remainder, so it does look like I can divide this by 3 over 3, because if I divide the top by a number, I also have to divide the bottom by the same number. The numerator and the denominator needed to be divided by the same number, so 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 42 divided by 3 is 14. So my answer would actually be 1/14.